Family, welcome back to the channel Fix It for Reselling. I've bought another broken console. This one comes from the lovely Paula Marie at Ems Den UK, or also known as...
You could be Paolo.
Paolo. Hey, I'm a Paolo.
I could be Mary. No one would notice, would they?
No.
from part of their outtake. But it's a channel me and Nicola watch all the time, and they did a video where they had this. They couldn't quite get it working. I did send them a message, gave them a couple of tips on how to get it working. I didn't want to just buy it off them cheap. Tried to give them some information to get it to work. And it didn't, so I offered to buy it, and they've done me a really cheap deal. I really appreciate it, Paula Marie. Let's keep you in suspense no longer, and let's get this box open. Run the intro. Right, I'm having a right fixing spree at the moment, so the desk is a mess. But let's cut this open and see what we bought. I'll let you know now. They offered this, or they offered this to me, including delivery for like £13, but I made it £15 because they're worth it. Little note. I've got a little note. Hi, Lee and Nicola. Many thanks for your purchase and all of your support. Very kind of you. Take care. Love, Paula Marie. Very nice. How sweet. I shall leave a link to their channel down below. If you want to watch some eBay resellers, go and check them out. They do have some good content. Me and Nicola always watch them. Lovely packaging, Paul. What have they put in here? What have they given? They've given me something extra, you cheeky monkeys. A couple of controllers and official controllers. No, Paula Marie, you shouldn't have done that. Free gift. Paula Marie, no. You are too kind. You are too kind. I'll tell you what. You know what? If I get this working, if this is like a really simple fix and I can get this working, I am going to give you some extra cash. Official Sony wireless controllers, and they are in very, very good condition. But I'm going to plug them in now. They're going to have stick drift and all sorts wrong with them, aren't they? But no, really, you shouldn't have. Right, that's giving it away what it is anyway. Let's get this out. Take that sticker off. I won't give away what auction house they go to. Everyone will be going there. Sold as seen. That's what I always like on a sticker though. Sold as seen. You know it's broken when you see sold as seen. Right, so in their video they did think this was a backwards compatible PS3. It's not. You can tell the backwards compatible ones because it's the only one that has 4 ports, and you have your memory card slots under here. Also, you can tell by the actual model number, these last 4 letters and digits. The European version, that will say Czech C03, whereas this is a K03. The C03 is the European. It's the first one. It's the European backwards compatible, true backwards compatible, but is a software. It is software emulated. The really good ones you want is the A, the Czech A, or the B. I think the A is the Japanese version, which is worth a good few £100, I think, and the B is like the US version. And I think it's both of them, but the Japanese especially is hardware emulated. It actually has PS2 hardware inside it to run PS2 games. This will run some PS2 games. Only a few, and I think it runs all PS1 games. You can put PS1 games in there, but it's only certain PS2 games. The true backwards compatible ones, the Czech C03, will run any disc. Your PS1s, your PS2s, and your PS3s, all of them. Right, enough of that waffle. Let's plug this in and show you what it was doing. But in there is absolutely fine. So that good should be a good start. Right, so we turn it on. We do get our red light. And I was told it turns on. Can hear the fan spinning. Got our green light. Let's plug in our HDMI. Feels solid. But yeah, we have nothing on the TV. Let's give our port a wiggle. Still nothing. And it's not even recognising getting a signal. Usually, what usually happens, if this is picking up a signal, it will tell me the resolution over here, and we're getting nothing. Right, so let's shut this down. Hold our finger on the button. Turn the power off at the back. Right, now we're going to flick it back on again. Got a red light. Now we're going to hold our finger on the button until we hear 2 beeps, hopefully, and that should reset the video output. So hold your finger on there. 2 beeps. Nope, shut down. Oh, that gave me a double beep that time. That's what I wanted to hear, but it's still not doing anything. Still have nothing on the TV. So next, could it be a hard disk failure? I don't know whether if a hard disk failure will stop these ones booting up. Not known it before. Put our disk drive out. What we got? 80 gigabytes. Right, let's just try it again. And still nothing on the screen. Oh dear. Right, so let's try an old PS2 cable. Try the AV. Right, so we've got an AV cable like what we used to use in the PS1, PS2. You can still use them on the PS3. So we'll plug that in the back of there. Now let's see if we're getting anything on the TV using the AV2 cable. I know this one works, even though it's all nicely taped up. I've used it before, and that is my testing one. So that definitely works. And nope, we still have nothing on the screen. Not even registering that anything's plugged in. Right, let's quickly whip this apart and see if we can see anything obvious. I was going to say not too dusty, I've seen worse, but look at that. Little dust bunny family. Wow. Let me go and put them somewhere safe. In the bin. I mean, is it anything obvious? Can a bad CMOS battery, or a flat CMOS battery, stop it from working? 2.8 volts, so it's low. It's not totally dead, but yeah, that is low. So we'll definitely change this out anyway. Out the board it reads 2.7, 2.9. Now going up to 3. I'll go have a quick look around, see if I can spot anything obvious, and I'll come back if I do find anything and let you know. Right, can't see any obvious issues. This could just be like the green light of death, which again on these old PS3s could be the RSX chip. They are an absolute ball ache. Right, I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to get it back together, and then we're going to put our Syscon reader on there. See if it's got any error codes. See if we can read them. Right, let's quickly clean these up. I'll stick a smidgen of MX4 thermal paste on here. Not wasting my good stuff. Something that may never work. Just up here. We have our T R&D, transmit, receive and diagnostics. That'll do hopefully. Right, that's back enough to test. We've got our UART cables hanging out the back. Right, I've got my laptop set up to the side. Plugged it in so we get our lights. Don't want that touching anything metal. Plug our UART back in first. Switch the console on. Open Syscon reader again. Back to COM3, that'll port is on. See if we can author this time. Invalid. Program error. Invalid response again. Just in case we've got our RX and TX round the wrong way. Switch that around. Okay, this is not having it. It does not like it. Okay, and that is probably finally it for this one. Right, hold it right there. So I finished the video, gave up on it, recorded the outro, saying this was like no fix. While I was having a quick tidy up, I've turned it on. I've just like left it. Still nothing coming up on screen. But as you can see now, it's on. I basically put it back into safe mode and then got a signal. It's turned on. I've checked the game's working, network's working, everything's working as it should. I've shut it down a few times, powered it back on, and it won't turn back on again. If I boot it up into safe mode, it will recognize the HDMI port and turn on. So I'm not quite sure what is going on with this one. I've taken the hard disk out, I've put it into the PC to check it, and it's only got sort of a couple of 100 hours of use on it. Or it's only been booted up a couple of 100 times, hard disk. So the hard disk looks like it's hardly been used in using Crystal Disk Info on the PC. So the hard disk looks all right. The only thing different at the moment is it hasn't got the CMOS battery in it. I've not put that back in there. I've been in there, I've rebuilt the database, I've reformatted the hard disk, and at the moment it's turning back on. But a lot of the times it won't come back on until I put it into safe mode. So I'm still not quite sure. I'm not 100% whether it's a hard disk issue, whether it's that CMOS battery. So I'm going to do a bit more testing to try and find out what is causing this error or this issue. Right, so all I'm going to do with this, so get some lights in. Right, all I'm going to do with this, I'm going to strip it down again. I'm going to give it a proper clean out. There's something rattling in now, something broken. Yeah, I'm just going to take this apart, give it a good clean, stick a new battery in there, see what happens, see if it boots up again, or who knows. Right, here we go, all looking nice and clean now. Let's put it all back together. We'll put a new battery in the CMOS. We'll put some more thermal paste on here because that obviously wasn't enough when I did it the first time. Right, before we screw all the top down, let's plug it in. I'll screw this in just so if I need to tip it on the side. We have our red light. Is it going to do anything this time? No. One thing I've noticed, when it's not going to boot up, that hard disk light flashes for a second and then stops. So now, I've got nothing on the screen again. It's not booting up again. Let's turn it off. Right. Turn it on again. Watch the hard disk light, comes on solid. Now it's flashing and stops. And I know that's not going to boot. That's the weird thing it's doing. Now let's see if I can get into the safe mode. Hold my finger on a button. Flashing, hard disk flashing. Nope, nothing again. Right, so we're off again. Let's wait for the double beep, see if we get that. One beep, double beep. And this should put it into like its factory reset. But again, nothing. It's not doing a thing. And that is the trouble we're getting with this. It's inconsistent. Right. So I think it's the RSX problem. I've put some pressure down on the RSX. Turn it on. Let it reset. See the hard disk light flashing. Right, it's not when I do it now. Let me take this, undo this a bit. I was getting the signal, but I think it's just getting worse. Worse and worse. Can't find my Xbox X clamp. So I'm just going to shove this under here a minute. Don't try this at home. This is not a fix. This is just a test and demonstration. Microphone. Well, I'm not going to do these up tight. I'm just going to get the pressure on. This is like what you see online. Put some washers under it, that'll fix it. No, it won't. No, it will not. The chip is knackered. There goes my hard disk light, it's flashing more. Now you'll see it on the screen. There you go. Now it's on the screen with extra pressure on the RSX. So it is the balls in the RSX that are failing. So if I turn it off for now, just turn it off at the switch. If I take this back out, right, they are down as tight as they'll go. No, nothing. My hard disk light has stopped again. So this, it's not talking to that. There's no point pushing it down afterwards because it's not going to boot up. It recognises there's nothing there. When you see your hard disk light flashing and then stops, it's obviously it obviously can't talk to this, or it knows there's something wrong with the graphics and it's stopping. So yeah, nothing on the screen. You can tell by that. It would usually say resolution on it if it had a signal. There's nothing. So there we go. I'm definitely ending this one now. It's what I thought it would be in the first place. It's the balls on the RSX chip. Now, it's not the balls at the bottom of the chip that go at the motherboard. I think it's the actual balls that are on the die that sits on top of the chip. It's those balls that go. All the research I've looked up and done online. So this one is definitely a no fix. So thanks to Paul and Marie for letting me buy this from them, and yeah, give me this video a like. Leave your comments down below, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I'm going back to the job lot of broken consoles and see if I can fix any more of them. I seem to be having more success. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.